It's so big! You're right, it is really big, but it's also really light. Three things I think surprised me about this. I had low expectations, so when my mind was blown, it was blown easier because my expectations were low. The first thing is the volume increases really, really loud. I didn't realize how loud it would go. That's really cool. Secondly is the battery life. I ran this 6 hours a day for 4 days before it ran low on battery. But if it runs low on battery, you can recharge it as it's playing. And it fully recharged to 100% while it was playing, which was sweet. Okay, now we're getting on to the very, very best thing. And I'm pulling up some music here so you can hear this. But it has this bass button here on the top. I'll bring it in close for you and you'll see it's off. Let's click that on. Boom, the light goes on. Now we've got some bass. What does that mean? Well, on the sides here, you've got the... Hey, you might have just saw that. My wife just called me, and guess what? I talked to her on the speaker, and it worked. I mean, she could hear me. So there's a receiving microphone in here as well. Anyway, I was talking about the bass. These drums on the side are for the bass, and you actually see them move around, and it actually sounds really, really good. So I'm gonna play this song here. I do have a microphone on, so I'll turn it towards me here as well. Now it depends on your it depends on what you're listening to, because that might not sound great, but in person it sounds great. And just hear me out on that. But depending on your headphones, it's hard to get it through. But you've got volume up and down, but you also can do it independently on your phone. So what I do is I turn the boom box to about middle, and then I can control my volume here on my phone to go real low like this, background music. And you can get so loud that it's ridiculous, and it's super cool. The quality of the build is super solid. You have these metal carabiners here that clip on to these hooks. Take this, and then I believe this is waterproof, at least it's water resistant, which is unbelievable. And you'll see part of that feature here is on the back. This is a really nice rubber seal that goes to the charging ports, and there's an aux cord. So if you don't have Bluetooth, or you don't want to go Bluetooth, or if you have one of them old iPods that are designated for music, no one does that, do they? I don't even do that. I don't even know why I said that. You could use that with an aux cord as well if you need to. It's real light, it works out great. I've used this video editing. I've used this background music at the house. I took this down to the gym and worked out with it. I use this back here in the shop. We had a dance party listening to this. The cool thing is that when it's plugged in, it still works. So if you were gonna get a stationary speaker, you could use it as a stationary speaker, leave it plugged in. But if you wanna take it to the lake, if you wanna take it into the backyard, if you wanna take it out to do sport and activity, or in the car, that's the other thing I did. I brought this in the car. I have a real old truck. So I brought this in the car because my truck doesn't do Bluetooth. I Bluetooth my phone to the speaker, set it on the passenger seat, cranked it up, and jammed out to music in my car. I know that's not an ideal purpose, but I want to share everything that I've used it for. So I had low expectations. This thing has worked fantastic. I totally get it again. It was well worth it. And the portability is really nice, but you can also make it stationary if you want to by leaving it plugged in and just have phantom power all the time. Totally a good option. So I like the flexibility of this because then I can use it in multiple places. And that's what I like the most, is that it sounds great and it has purposes that are infinite. So that's my review of the Soundcore Anker boombox.